Hey there YouTube, Webco9000 here, today to give you a review of the game Portal 2. Originally, Portal 1 came out in the orange box, which also included Half-Life 2 and Team Fortress 2. Valve never actually expected to make such a big hit of Portal, and it was just thrown in at the last minute as sort of an extra, but they found that a lot of people really liked Portal. And so decided to cash in on this idea, and of course a lot of people demanded it and decided to make Portal 2. And the main problem with Portal 1 was it was much too short. It was just an add-on, you know, it wasn't meant to be a full-length game. It was just meant to be an add-on to the other two games. And so the story was fantastic, but it was very, very short. And so what Valve have done with Portal 2 is elongated the story and made it much longer. It's a solid story, and it sort of picks up from where 1 left off, which is quite nice. So it starts off and it's very similar to Portal 1. You shoot one portal, you shoot another portal, you go through one portal, you come out the other portal. It's quite simple, and it starts off with some fairly basic levels, moving on to much more complex levels later on in the game, sort of giving you a chance to develop and manage to sort of work through the whole game, whether you be a hardcore gamer or a casual gamer or anything like that. They didn't have many obstacles per se in Portal 1. They had like certain sort of features. They had like the companion cube and a normal cube, and you had to sort of do things with the cubes and the objects and turrets, etc, etc. And this time what they've done is they've added a few extra things to make the puzzle sort of slightly more complicated, to add that extra complexity to their puzzles by adding repulsion gel, which basically you jump on it, or you jump on it and you bounce, and you will literally bounce off that gel and it will send you flying wherever you may land. Propulsion gel being an orange gel, which you basically speed up on whenever you're running along. So you have the forward momentum going in, you know, to one portal, speedy thing goes in, speedy things comes out, you know, and you can do lots of different things with those two gels. And they've also had another one, which is a white gel, and that can become either the propulsion gel or the repulsion gel, and also allowing a portal to land on any surface that you choose, providing that the gel is actually on that surface. You should be able to see some gameplay footage as I'm sort of putting up here. Again, the story is fantastic, and they've got some wonderful quotes throughout the entire game, just sort of giving you that sort of light-hearted sense of humour, but at the same time very sort of dark and sinister sort of twist to it, if that makes sense.
If you're interested in an additional $60, flag down a test associate and let them know. You could walk out of here with 120 weighing down your bindle if you let us take you apart, put some science stuff in you, then put you back together, good as new.
And it really sort of shows off how well Valve can make a game, and it's truly brilliant, the script writing. Here you should be able to see an example of how repulsion and propulsion gel works together in one of the more challenging puzzles later on in the game. It sort of starts off very closed off and then sort of expands later on in the game, sort of becoming a lot more open. So yeah, it's overall Portal 2 to me was a fantastic game. When you sort of think of a second in a series of games, when it was only meant to be one, it's like when you have a trilogy of films or something. You know, you have number one, but then the second two after it aren't as good. I mean, Portal 1 had a fantastic success, and I wasn't too sure what to expect from Portal 2, but it really lived up to standards. It's got a very immersive single-player game, not to mention the fact that it's got a as in-depth co-op player, storyline, which you can play with another person locally, or you can play via Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, over the internet if you're on computer or Mac. And go through that as well, because there are a lot more series of tasks and challenges to do that you need two people to do, essentially. Not to mention the fact that Valve has only just recently announced that in the summer they are going to be releasing some free downloadable content to all platforms of Portal 2, giving you more test chambers, challenges, etc, etc, which I think is fantastic and incredibly generous of Valve to do so, you know, and that's something I really found at the end of the game. I completed the game and I just thought I really want more test chambers. I'm even thinking about playing through Portal 2 again. It was just such a good game, and I don't normally think about that about a game. So overall, I really highly recommend Portal 2 for anyone, whether you've played Portal 1 or not. It's still a fantastic purchase, and I highly recommend Portal 2. So yes, that has been my first game review on Webcam 9000. So please be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and like me and all that stuff. Please be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MercuryOllie, capital M, capital O, 1L in Ollie. It is updated half regularly. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.
Thank you for participating in this Aperture Science computer-aided enrichment activity.